Good morning. Well, at least it's morning for me. I'm just going to start by getting nice and comfy and roll your shoulders down your spine. Rest your hands on your knees, your thighs. Close your eyes. Nice deep breaths in and out. Just allowing yourself to come to your mat. Come to your body. Inhale, lengthen your spine, sit up nice and tall. And on your exhale, bring your chin down to your chest. Continue to breathe, keeping your spine in the neutral position, lengthening it as much as you can. And you can keep your head just like this, or if you'd like to add some weight, you can interlock your fingers and place your hands on the back of your head, pulling your chin closer to your chest, but keeping your spine erect. Nice deep breaths. Just letting go of tension in your neck. Allowing your body to wake up. When you're ready, release your hands and inhale your head back to center. And then exhale your left ear to your left shoulder. Take your right hand, bring it to the mat beside your right hip and draw your right shoulder down. Continue to breathe and just stay here, or to add a little more of a stretch, bring your left hand to the right side of your head, pulling your left ear closer to your left shoulder. Continue to breathe. Really lengthening the right side of your neck. Breathing all of the tension out. Setting yourself up for a great day. Release your hand and inhale your head back to center. Exhale to the other side. Allow your right ear to come to your right shoulder and take your left hand to the mat beside your left hip. Option to bring in the right hand to pull your ear closer to your shoulder. Feeling the stretch up the left side of your neck. Breathe. Again, release your tension. Release your hand and inhale your head back up to center. Exhale, let your head fall back. Look up at the ceiling or the sky. Inhale. Exhale your head back to center. On your next inhale, bring both of your arms up over your head. Reach for the ceiling. And on your exhale, bring your left hand to the mat beside you. Just lean over, reach to the side of the room. Inhale through center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale through center. Exhale to the other side. And hold. Continue to breathe. Try to bend a little deeper. Try to reach a little further and turn your head to look up at the ceiling. Take your right knee and bring it towards the mat, stretching out the right side of your body. Inhale through center. Exhale to the other side. Again, try to bend a little deeper. Try to reach a little further. Turn your head to look at the ceiling. Continue to breathe. Take your left knee towards the mat. Feel the stretch up this side of your body. Inhale through center. Then exhale, fold at your hips and bring your hands to the mat in front of you. Fold forward. Allow your head to hang, your shoulders to round. Allow gravity to pull you closer to the floor, to the earth. Walk your hands back towards your body. Inhale your arms up over your head, stretch up nice and high. Exhale your hands down to the center of your chest. And bring your hands to the mat in front of you and come up onto all fours. And plant your palms below your shoulders and your knees below your hips. On your inhale, bring your belly towards the mat, look up at the ceiling. On your exhale, push into your hands, arch your back, point the top of your head at the mat, and just continue to flow. Inhaling through cow. And exhaling through cat. Spread those fingers wide. And then think about overdoing the poses. Think about trying to get your belly to touch the mat. And think about trying to get your spine to touch the ceiling. One more round. And on your next inhale, bring your spine to neutral. Walk your hands away from you just a bit. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up. Downward facing dog. Alternate the bend in your knees or walk out your dog. Just warming up the backs of your legs. Spread your fingers wide, putting the weight into the areas where your fingers meet your palms, offloading some of the weight from the heels of your hands. When you're ready, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Just folding forward, put a micro bend in the knees. Allow your head to hang and your shoulders to round. And feel free to keep your hands on the mat in front of you or take a hold of opposite elbows. Breathe. Take this time to let any thoughts that no longer serve you just fall out of the top of your head onto your mat and away from you. Release your hands. Walk your feet back to downward facing dog. And inhale your left leg up into the air behind you. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left wrist and your left ankle towards your right wrist, making your way to pigeon pose. Untuck the back toes. Take a look over your right shoulder, making sure that that back leg is straight and that the foot isn't sickling in, so that you're putting all of the weight to evenly from the big toe to the little toe. And just make sure you're in the center of your pelvis. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, look forward. And you can either stay here, or on your exhale, you can come down onto your elbows or your chest. Breathe into your left and right hip. Allowing your hips to stretch. Getting in touch with any emotions that may be coming up. And try to find some stillness here. I love to talk about yin and how the principles of yin apply to life. You know, at first, when you get into the pose, if you get in too deep, it's hard to maintain stillness. It's very uncomfortable. And as humans, we live by the pleasure principle. So that just generally means we lean into what feels good and we lean away from what doesn't feel good, which is a double-edged sword. Here in yin, after maintaining stillness for some time, it gets uncomfortable. We want to readjust just to find comfort. But isn't that how life is? We just get used to the comfortable. We get used to being comfortable. But the discomfort, that's where the growth happens, both physically and mentally. So try to find and stay in stillness. This too shall pass. There's a big difference between discomfort and pain. You don't want pain. You know, living outside of your comfort zone, that's truly living. So breathe. Let go. Let go of the need to control. Take one more really deep breath here. When you're ready, plant your palms coming back up. Tuck the back toes, lift your hips, and just make your way slowly back to downward facing dog. Alternating the bend in your knees, just walking out your hips. And we're going to switch sides. Inhale, bring your right leg up into the air behind you. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right wrist and your right ankle towards your left wrist. Untuck the back toes, look over the left shoulder, just make sure the leg's straight there. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, center of the pelvis, roll your shoulders down your spine, look up. And exhale, stay here or come onto your elbows or a prop. Again, settling into stillness, finding calm in your mind and comfort within the discomfort. Breathe. And if your mind is wandering, bring it back to your breath. One more deep breath. Plant your palms, coming back up. Tuck your back toes and slowly step back to downward facing dog. Again, just alternating the bend in your knees, walking out those hips. And when you're ready, bend your knees, bringing them down to the mat. Take your knees out as wide as your mat. Bring your big toes together. Bring your hips over your heels. Walk your hands out in front of you. Extended child's pose. Rest your head, your chin, or your forehead down on the mat. Breathe. Fill up your belly with air. Let it all out. And when you're ready, come back up onto your knees. Bring in your knees parallel to one another. Tuck your toes under and sit back on your heels. Roll your shoulders down your spine. Rest your hands on your thighs. And here's a true test of feeling that discomfort. I mean, this is more than discomfort. This one's pretty painful, but I'm telling you, it's so beneficial for the bottom of your feet. So just settle into the pose and recognize there's a big fascia that runs from the heel to the toes. And this fascia, it becomes shorter and shorter over time. You know, we're meant to have bare feet and be walking around, but we've placed our feet in shoes. So a lot of issues, plantar fasciitis, fallen arches, this happens just with age or time. And this pose is both for prevention and treatment of plantar fasciitis and fallen arches. So breathe into the bottom of your feet. Give yourself just another few seconds. Then when you're ready, release your hands back down to the mat and feel free to hit the tops of your feet onto your mat. And let's keep your toes untucked. Sit back on your heels. And feel free to stay right here or to bring your hands to the mat and lift your knees up off the mat. Ankle stretch. For some, just as uncomfortable or even more uncomfortable than toe tuck. Feel the stretch on the tops of your ankles, the tops of your feet. When you're ready, release back down onto your knees. One last time, we'll make our way into downward facing dog. Plant your palms, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Alternate the bending your knees. Oh yeah, just walking out your ankles. Oh. And when you're ready, come back down onto your knees. Cross your ankles behind you. Sit down on your mat. Bring your legs out in front of you. And just lift the flesh from your sits bones, or just walk your heels forward a couple inches. Legs out in front of you. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, fold at your hips and reach for your toes. Inhale, lengthen your spine, look forward. Exhale, bring your chest a little bit closer to your thighs. Breathe. You're ready, plant your palms beside your knees. Slowly bring yourself all the way back up to sitting. And bring your feet to the mat, hips to your heels, and make your way down onto your back. Just keeping your knees bent. Walk your heels towards your bum. Bring your hands towards your heels. Roll your shoulders down your spine. Lift your hips up into the air. Roll your shoulders down your spine even more. Lift your hips up even higher. Feel free to interlock your fingers behind you. Making sure your knees aren't splaying open. Playing them together. And when you're ready, totally release. Let go of your hands. Bring your spine towards the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. Tailbone touches last. Feel free to hug your knees into your chest. Bring your forehead up to touch your kneecaps. Squeeze your body around your spine. And when you're ready, release your head back down to the mat. Release your feet back down to the mat. And walk your feet away from you until your legs are flat. Push the back of your head into your mat. Roll your shoulders down your spine. Allow your hands to fall away from your body. Your palms to face the ceiling. Take a deep breath in and then let it all out. And this time just let go of your breath and let your body breathe itself. Take all of the thoughts that you have in your head right now and just allow them to ooze out of the crown of your head, onto your mat, and away from you. your forehead. Feel your eyes grow wide. Feel your eyes sink into the back of your head. Relax your cheeks and your jaw, and let the tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. Relax your throat and your neck, and let any tension ooze out of the tops of your shoulders onto your mat and away from you. Relax the muscles that run along your spine. Relax your arms, your wrists, and your hands. Relax your chest and your abdomen and let your hips be wide. Relax your thighs and your knees, and your shins, your calves, your ankles, and your feet. Just bring some awareness back into your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, and turn your head from side to side. Drag your knees up into your chest. Roll from side to side. Eventually rolling all the way over onto your right side. Use your bicep as a pillow. And use the strength of your left hand to bring yourself all the way up to sitting. Keeping your eyes nice and heavy. And roll your shoulders down your spine. Rest your hands on your knees, your thighs, and take a really deep breath in through your nose. Let it out with a sigh. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands together, center of your chest, bow your head. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice this morning. From my heart to yours. Namaste.